Today, before anything, means yesterday I was going to tell about continent and ocean building theories, but before that, just one topic which is very much related to understand how all this is happening. Okay, that topic is nothing but earth movements, earth movements. Earth movements. Earth movements ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ? All kinds of forces which are moving the earth. Earth ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? It might be moving the plates only. Either up, either down, either sideways. Okay, either very suddenly or very slowly. All kinds of forces will be part of earth movements. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ತ್ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಯಾವ ಅದಾವ, ಅವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ, ವರ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೋ ಏನೋ ಹಾರಿಜೆಂಟಲಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೋ ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಫುಲ್ ತೆಗ್ಗದ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ತೆಗ್ಗ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಯಿತು, ವೈ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ವೈ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ upliftment of land somewhere. You are going and suddenly you will see heap of mountain without no reason. There are no mountains nearby for 200 kilometers in any direction. There are no mountains, but there is a mountain in the place where you are standing now. How that is possible? Because of these moments. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೇನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ EM ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀವಿ, ಅರ್ತ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅರ್ತ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ 2 ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಮೇನ್ 2 ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್? endogenic forces, exogenic forces. Correct?
Forces or process?
ಇಲ್ಲ, forces only. These are by all means these are forces only. You can also call it exogenetic also. Okay, but endogenetic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Where they are born. Okay, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಎಂಡೋಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇದು exogenetic forces. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಎಂಡೋಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸೋಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಎಂಡೋಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ? ಎಂಡೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಂಡೋ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್, ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅರ್ತ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅರ್ತ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಇಫ್ ಸಮ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ below the surface, then they are called endogenetic. If there are some forces which are acting above the surface of earth on in the interface between surface and the atmosphere, atmosphere the act ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, not inside the earth, below the surface, then they are called as exogenetic forces. Okay, exogenetic forces, these forces are called earth building forces. ಏನು? earth building forces. ಯಾವ? endogenetic. exogenetic forces are called as earth shaping forces, earth modifying forces. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ. ಮೊದಲು some mountain is uplifted, later on, okay, river, ice, glacier, wind, they will shape the mountains. Okay, ಅಂದ್ರೆ Himalayan mountains ಮೊದಲು we did not have sharp edges. It would have been somewhere like this, and we did not have valleys and mountains. ಆ valleys mountains ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾರು? exogenetic forces. endogenetic force ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ rough work is done by rough work ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ, major work is done by endogenic forces, and shaping, fine refinement is done by exogenetic forces. Okay, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 2 types of forces are there endogenetic ಅಲ್ಲಿ. What are those of two types. One is diastrophic, you know, diastrophic forces. And another one is catastrophic. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? catastrophic. Diastrophic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? catastrophic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈಗ ನೋಡೋಣ. Endogenetic forces inside the earth. Okay. If the forces are sudden forces, they will create some kind of catastrophic effect. They are catastrophic forces. Okay. Catastrophic forces ಗೆ example ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. Yes, right. ಏನು? Earthquake ಮತ್ತೆ volcanoes. Okay. These are ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ earthquake volcanoes ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾವಂತೆ? These are also some kind of forces only. They are shaping the earth. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Catastrophic forces are sudden forces. These sudden forces will have catastrophic effect on the earth surface. Okay. So two examples are earthquake and volcano. Now diastrophic ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ. diastrophic ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತವೆ? epirogenic, ಏನು? epirogenic. The second type is orogenic. epirogenic and orogenic. epirogenic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? orogenic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈಗ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಈಗ diastrophic ಆಯ್ತು, catastrophic ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ diastrophic are slow forces. They act for a long period of time and they are such slow that they are imperceptible for one human life. ಅಂದ್ರೆ generally ಒಂದು human being the lifespan ಎಷ್ಟು? 100 years. ಈಗ 60 years ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, 100 years ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, 100 years ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗಿಂದ ಸಾಯೋತಕ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ that this force is acting on some place ante. They are imperceptible for one human life. Some 2-3 generations should know. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಈ ಇದು ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ ಮೊದಲು ಎತ್ತರ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಳೆಗಿಳಿ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮತೈತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಂದು our forefathers will tell that there was a mountain which was having higher height and over the period of time the height of mountain has decreased ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Okay, so after 2 to 3 lifespans you will feel that there is some change in height or some there would have been no plateau kind of thing in the nearby area, but due to some years past, some generations past, there would have been an upliftment of land for some reason. They are reasons ಗೆಲ್ಲ epirogenic ಮತ್ತೆ diastrophic forces are responsible. Diastrophic ಅಂದ್ರೆ they are slow, imperceptible for one human life. Are slow forces but they are constantly being acted upon surface of earth. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಈಗ epirogenic ಮತ್ತೆ orogenic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? epirogenic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? epirogenic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What is epirogenic? These are vertical forces, you know. These are vertical forces. So vertical forces ಏನು ಇರ್ತಾವೆ? ಎರಡು ಟೈಪ್. upward ಮತ್ತೆ downward. ಹೇಳಿದ? These are they are acting upward or downward. ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, there is some surface. One surface ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಂಗ ಆ surface for some reason the rocks below that surface may melt. Rocks below that surface may melt and the lava may flow to different regions. Once that happens, the space has become empty, then there appears a depression on land. That depression may be 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರುತ್ತೆ. If you normally take a journey on that, you will not even come to know that there was a depression. But only when you take the entire map and take the contour linings of that 200-meter area, you will come to know that there is a huge depression. Why that would have happened? Because of some reason the lavas would have been flowed away. So there was downward force. So there is sagging of land. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ತಗ್ಗಾದ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಓರೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅಪ್ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಅಪ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ರೀಸನ್ more and more lava may flow to that one place, and what happened, it may get solidified, so it gets uplifted. A land is there, plain land is there, suddenly you will see a mountain kind of thing. Okay, actually there are no proper mountains. Okay, mountains are different kind, that I will explain, but these are ಈಗ hill mountain ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ? What is difference between hill and mountains?
Hill is mainly not a rock. It is formed by movement of earth. It is formed by normally hill is normally formed by movement of earth on other part.
Okay.
Whereas mountains are formed by lavas.
ಅದು ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಜನರಲಿ ದ ಹೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ 1000 meters ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಹಿಲ್. ಓಕೆ, hills are like easily climbable, ಆಮೇಲೆ infrastructure, but mountains are not like that. The height is above 1000 meters, and that is why the terrain is also very difficult to even make a transportation or like they create actually very good barriers between places. Mountains, hills are generally comparable, easily ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಟ್ರೆಕ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ಅಂಜನಾದ್ರಿ ಹಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, see they are trackable, they are hills. Okay, ಅಂಜನಾದ್ರಿ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ ಅನ್ನಂಗಿಲ್ಲ because the height is lesser than 1000 meters. This is ಅಂದ್ರೆ generally accepted definition. The other things he was telling, like movement of earth, yeah, all things are formed by movement of earth only. First you should know, correct? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, upward or downward force ಇರುತ್ತೆ, and those kind of forces which are slow forces, they are called pyrogenic forces. Orogenic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What is oro? Orogenic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? These are mountain building forces. ಏನು? Mountain building forces. These are mountain building forces. Mountain building forces ಎಂತ ಇರ್ತವೆ? Compression ಮತ್ತೆ tension. These are horizontal. These are vertical. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? Orogenic forces are horizontal forces. They act horizontally to the surface like this. Either they are compressing the surface or they are pulling away the surface. Because of that, different kinds of mountains are formed. We'll come to know. Actually, these are the forces which build mountains, and compared to this, these are very strong in nature. Okay, they are very strong and they are huge in nature. That is why they are able to build mountains. Gottaita? Compression and tension forces. And catastrophic forces alli earthquake ಮತ್ತೆ volcanoes ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Then exogeneric forces ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Exogenic forces ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Three classification will be. One is weathering, weathering. Second one is erosion. Third one is deposition. Weathering, erosion ಮತ್ತೆ deposition. Physical weathering. Second one is chemical weathering. Third one is biology. Biological weathering. Correct? Then erosion alli there are a lot of types. Running water. Running water ಅನ್ಬೋದು river ಅನ್ಬೋದು. Okay, river is nothing but running water ಅಲ್ಲ. Then ground water. Ground water. Third one is glaciers. Fourth one is waves and currents. Currents. Waves and currents. Fifth one is wind. Clear? Erosionally, these are the landforms. Forces. Okay. So here also the deposition is related to erosion. Once they are eroded, again running water deposits some amount. Groundwater also deposits something. Glaciers also deposit. Here also same 5 forces will be there, 5 types will be there. Okay. Waves and currents they will deposit something. That's why we are getting what? Sand, beach. Beach is all formed by waves and currents. Okay. Arches bರ್ತವ, stumps, stacks ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತವೆ. Wind ಅಲ್ಲಿ mushroom rocks ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. So same deposition also these 5 agents will only be doing. Okay, they are the forces, right? What we are studying, force. So exogenetic ಅಂದ್ರೆ these are acting outside, above surface. ಇದು below surface. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ?
ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟಿನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ
ಹಾ
ಸರ್ ದಟ್ ಅಕರ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಎಂಡೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್.
Yes, definitely endogenic forces. Okay, endogenic forces ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ most of them are aparogenic and also orogenic. Orogenic and aparogenic means actually diastrophic forces eventually will lead to catastrophic forces because diastrophic forces will create what? Tension. Okay, once these rocks are no more able to hold the tension, they break. Once they break, the huge amount of energy is released. That itself is nothing but catastrophic forces. These are also called as sudden forces. Yeah? Sudden forces. These are slow. Slow forces is sudden forces. Understood? ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಈಗ forces clarity ಬಂತು? Yes. This you have to know. Okay. Again in future classes again I will draw this because we need to study the landforms which are associated with all of this. Okay, and I will give you examples also. But as of now, why I covered this topic is like when we are talking about formation of continents and ocean floors, we will be confused how these continents and ocean bed is moving. Who is moving them? So now you have the clear picture. They are the endogenic forces, okay, which are happening from inside the earth. You are able to get changes on the surface of the earth because of these forces, and those changes will create primary relief, secondary relief, okay, tertiary relief. Our physical geography cover ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, but as of now this